Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan Lewis. This is the ReEvolve Media Revolution podcast, where we interview underground hip hop artists from across Canada and talk about much more than just their music. This episode features JusJrdn. I want to send out some good and positive vibes right now. So, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, however you feel, thank you. Thank you for doing the things that you've done, and thank you for everything you have yet to do. Thank you for contributing to the good times, prospering during the great times, and making it through everything else. Sincerely, thank you. It's all love, it's always been love, and I know for a fact that there is a part in everybody hearing this message that I can deeply identify with. Not only have you given me your ear and a chance to influence your thoughts, but you give me hope on a daily basis. You. Yes, you. The thoughts that filter this message through the mind may overcomplicate its meaning, but this message isn't meant for the mind. What's up, everybody? I'm here with Jordan. He goes by JusJrdn. He's out of Edmonton. How you doing, Jordan?
I'm doing great today, fam. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, bro. And I think I forgot to mention this in our intro. I didn't even introduce myself. My name's Jordan too.
Yeah, that's true.
Did I forget to do that, bro?
Yeah, but we already kind of know each other, but not really.
Yeah, well, we had a little bit of rep and kind of communicating beforehand.
Yeah,
so.
word. It's nice to meet you, Jordan.
Nice to meet you too, Jordan. All right, let's fucking do this, bro. So you're a recording artist and you do production as well, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So how long have you been producing for?
Well, I actually started producing a long time ago. I used to run it on Cubase. When did I learn how to produce? Long time.
7 years ago, 2013?
Probably even before that.
Even before that, Jesus.
Probably even before that. You know, I've been making music. I mean, I wasn't very good at it, but that's probably when I first started making like the first beats. Man, I should try to find those. They were awful, but there's a lot of them.
Yeah, you can remix them, man. Flip them.
For sure. So now
that'd be crazy.
I just got still a rookie in the game when it comes to it, but I've been able to sit in on a lot of sessions, whether they're for me or for other artists, and pick other producers' brains and other musicians, and learn more skill sets. And I probably over the last 2 years is when I started producing seriously again. And over the last, I don't know, I guess this 2020, really, I've been going ham with it, you know what I'm saying? And stuff has been, I've really noticed the improvement. There's still a long way to go with it, but it's been fun so far. That's dope, man. That's so good to hear. You're very realized of your spot in your how far it's gonna take to get where you want to go and where you've come from since when you started. That's amazing. How did you get into those studio sessions where you got to watch these producers and pick their brains? Good question. Just I guess just making myself available. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to say yes to a lot of things, even if I don't know what it's all about. And that's both good and bad. And so I meet a lot of people doing a lot of weird things, a lot of weird shows, a lot of all kinds of stuff, lots of meetings with lots of people. And you just never know who knows who. And I just get invites, and I ask. That's a big thing too, is I initiate a lot of this stuff.
For sure.
And so, just not being scared of being denied. It's like, all right, cool. That's cool. You don't want me there? That's all right. I got shit to do anyways. So it's just asking, being friendly, and just being inquisitive. You know what I'm saying? I'm not up there to criticize, whether it's some mumble rap dude or some jazz musician. Doesn't matter to me, man. I'm just here to see what the process is all about, So it's just like, I guess, stay maybe open-minded and looking for those opportunities when they come.
That's wild, man. And you've had this kind of inquisitive nature probably since you've been in the game. And you started well before your solo act. You were in a trio called Imperfection. Am I right with that? Or
yeah, shit. Yeah, for real.
So was that kind of your start into public performing?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that was probably the first stuff outside of school performing. I performed at a bunch of talent shows and stuff.
Yeah.
I think prior to that, but Imperfection was the first time we were doing wedding gigs, and I was actually playing pianos at wedding and stuff.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, now thinking back to it, I'm like, oh wow,
Dude,
what a weird time that was.
other than playing piano, what was your role in Imperfection? Because I know you dropped some bars too as well,
Oh
right?
yeah, and that's the thing is, my number one is always rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to expand that skill set, but I was always coming with the bars. So for there, I was playing keys and spitting still for sure.
That's dope, man. And you guys were a trio. What kicked you off, and what kind of got you guys to separate? The beginning and end, let's say it that way.
That was interesting because I don't think there was like a concrete ending. Um, Carly Hope and Angelo Gabe. I think he goes by Graham now. I think is his main persona. They're both in the music industry still. Carly Hope is a music therapist, and
Ooh.
Angelo's still dropping music all the time. Uh, yeah, go check out their shit. Their stuff is dope.
Yeah, that's why. Are you still in communication with them pretty often?
Not as often as it used to be, but they
Oh, for
still
sure.
holler every once in a while for sure.
Yeah, y'all are still homies.
Yeah. I like to believe so. I
I
got
feel
no
you. I
hate for
feel you.
nobody.
Yeah, word.
So damn, yeah, like, cause we both did separate things. So I went and did some stuff with Angelo, and I went and did some stuff with Carly. Me and Carly did this stuff called like JK, because we were dating for a little bit, or for a long time actually. And then at the same time, me and Angelo were doing some stuff too. We had this thing called You Rap, I Sing. I always try different things with different people. So it's not that we like broke off, and they were still collaborating too together. It's just like, and actually, no, sometimes the three of us would collab too, just not under Imperfection. So, we were always working together for the longest time. And then, man, I don't really know what happened. Sometimes it's just life, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds like Imperfection. It never really broke up. It just kind of faded away and evolved into you three kind of building your own brands off of it.
And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because like even on my first album, Life, Angelo was on a track. I was on his EP. Carly was on my album too. We just because we weren't that Imperfection, we were something else.
Yeah, that's fair. So, what actually got you guys started, though? Was it just kind of like a group of three friends that figured, let's do it? Or was it the relationship that kicked off the trio?
Damn, what? No, because actually, me and Angelo were friends for a long time. Actually, like since like grade 6 or something. It's a long time.
Oh,
And
geez, yeah.
and then we met Carly in high school, and I want to say it was for a talent show. I want to say a
Oh,
talent
no
show.
way. That's
I,
wild, dude.
I want to say it was a talent show or something. No, what the fuck? What was the first thing that we even did together? I honestly can't remember how we all started. Because Carly and Angelo played guitar and sang with her, and maybe that's how we got together like that. Honestly, dog, I can't remember how we started.
No, honestly, dude, that's way back, man. That's an origin story for sure. I'm sure you'll dig into it mentally and you'll come to it eventually, but that's
Yeah.
beauty, man. So it started kind of naturally, just from like, let's use the talent show as an example. You just kind of formulated for an idea and then just kept the ball rolling on that.
100%. And then we did like some crazy thing. We ended up trying out for Canada's Got Talent, I believe.
No way, no way.
Yeah,
How'd
so
that go?
not great. but it was a good. It was really cool to see, like, how kind of TV land works. And
Oh, for sure, man. The experience was right there. That's beautiful.
oh yeah, and that was it. I remember we were in line at like 5 a.m. and we in line with hundreds, maybe 1,000 people just waiting outside of this hotel. I remember. And then we finally, once you get inside, then you still gotta wait hours. It was, oh man,
Yeah.
what a time that was
What a
actually.
time, bro. That's crazy. Let's get into your music. Actually, before we touch on your music, you're the co-founder of FREE Free Fitness. Is that correct? So
That is
that's like,
correct.
is that kind of like 50% of your persona, or like how much of you is the artist, how much of you is the whatever it needs to take from you to be the co-founder here?
Oh, that's a good question, and that's a question that over the last couple of years it really has been present. So with Free Fitness, I was heavily involved heavily involved right from the start. But it was a couple years ago. I was supposed to go on tour in Europe, and and I've said this before in interviews, and I was just burning. I was burning up too much. I was trying to split it 50-50, doing 50% of music, doing 50%. Running this company, personal training, running these camps, doing these interviews. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was
You're overextending.
Way overstanding, and I thought I could keep that pace up because it brought me success. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then a couple deals went bad. A couple people stabbed me in the back. Not Free Fitness. Shout out Free Fitness. They're always good.
Word. Okay.
But just some other things in other areas. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Maybe we'll dig into that a little bit later.
For sure, because I like to be making moves. I don't like to stay still. I like to stack these bands. I like to make this music. So I always got my hands in a million different things. Well, not so much anymore, but I learned that not everybody's your friend is the biggest thing. And so I had to take a step back, and it took me a long time. And that's why I'm going so hard with it now. I had to build myself back up to get this shit right. And it took a lot to overcome some of these obstacles that I faced personally and financially. And not that I'm fully recovered from it now, but I'm in a way better space than I ever have been. So the elevation and the evolution is here, and I've worked hard for it. And it's been challenging. So when you ask me this question, long tangent, short, it's a hard answer because I took a step back from Free Fitness. Now Tony is the main managing owner, and so I can invest more of my time working on this music. And when I made that switch, it wasn't easy and it took some time, but I think it worked out best for everyone. Not that I'm not involved with Free Fitness. Still co-owner of it. I'm just not as heavily involved in the day-to-day stuff. I primarily just do the large boot camps because that's what I love. It's all about just figuring out what you love and where you can invest your time and make sure that everyone wins the most. And I think that's where I'm the most valuable is when you get me in front of a large group of people, whether it's with a microphone or if it's telling these motherfuckers do some push-ups. You know what I'm saying?
That's real, man.
For real, you know what I'm saying? And then it's just like most of the time I gotta be behind the scenes, behind the keyboard, behind the mic, just focusing on myself,
That's word. When did you start Free Fitness?
Oh shit.
Roughly.
It was actually the same time I started Prime Purpose. So I started two companies in the same month.
No.
Shout out Andrew Menzak. I think it was February of 20. What year are we in? 2020?
We're 2020, yeah.
I want to say.
I got 2017 as your start for Prime Purpose.
Oh, then probably the same for Free Fitness.
Probably same? Okay,
yeah.
Word.
Hey, I'm glad you got a fact sheet. I need to start carrying one around.
Just a little list sheet about yourself? Nah, that's what we're here for, man. That's our job.
My G.
So let's kick it back, actually. Or sorry, where did we just leave off? We were talking about when you started it. So 2017. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's kick it back to 2016 when you kind of started your solo. You were more in gear for your solo stuff, right?
For sure. Yeah, I would have dropped Life then, I believe.
Well, let's talk about this. Would you consider this kind of like your debut album?
Oh, for sure. And shout out to Andrew Menzak. He's the sole producer on that project too. Little did we know how much work that was for everybody.
No doubt, man. For 14 tracks, that's wild.
Yeah.
I know one of them's an intro, but that's no step, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And like you said, you've got the old homies on each track. So I'm gonna assume you were working on this project for quite a while since you've got Carly Hope and Angelo Gabe on this as well, right?
For sure, because how it started was we were actually recording for Andrew Menzak at McEwen. He went to McEwen for recording. I shreds guitar too. God damn, I got some solos from him in my new stuff.
Nice.
But and sometimes if you come to some of my live shows when I'm doing a live band, he'll be playing too, and he always fucking shredded. Just shreds this dude. but we were at McEwen and we were recording a project for his school. He hit me up. He's like, "Yo, Jay, come through. Let's record some stuff and not let me do it as a project." I'm like, sick. So we did some weird shit. Some shit that hasn't come out because it's weird. I gotta ask him if he's got those tracks too.
It's experimental.
100%. But actually, the one track that we recorded, GMAM, Give Me a Minute, was actually recorded at Grant McEwen, and it made it onto the album ultimately. So that was pretty cool. That track, so oh shit, that track we recorded probably a year, maybe 2 years before, and it came out then. So yeah, music is just I don't have a system for making music. I just let it flow. Whether it's I'm in right now I'm in the studio every day and I try to bump out a track every day. But when it comes to collaborate,
that's a lot of work.
Oh, it's a lot of work, and they don't always come out pretty, but it's just getting the reps in, and
for sure.
And that's what that whole album was. It was a whole never before have I made an album. Never before has he made an album, and so we got together and we made an album.
Yeah.
And
I love what you said there, though. Getting the reps in, I love that. That's amazing.
Oh, thanks, my G. Because that's all. I find, and maybe it's just because I'm so heavily involved in these two industries. I find the fitness industry and the music industry are so similar.
Tell me about it, man.
It's not even so much. Obviously, the products are very different, but the mindset of who's better and who thrives in the industries are the ones that are always working the hardest. Yeah, you have your outliers and you have the people that just look good because they're hot in both industries or because they got some good homies that got some clout in both industries. And so, but you see the real talent, like people only can be fooled for so long, or they know they're being fooled. They just like the entertainment, whether it's a chick with a big booty on Instagram telling you to drink some kind of detox tea, or whether it's some, I don't want to downgrade mumble rappers, but because I have some mumble rapper tracks, I'm not shitting mumble rappers. It's just a good example to use right now. But say a mumble rapper who's got a banging beat by a popular producer who just paid for the beat, his part is shit. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
And so it's just like it's just an interesting thing. But you see who puts in the reps. You know what I'm saying? You see the natural bodybuilder who's in the gym putting the hours. You see The Rock Johnson, you see his effort, you see Kendrick Lamar, you see his effort, there's a noticeable difference between the people putting in the work and the people who are just not doing the reps.
Well, that's put so brilliantly, bro.
Oh, thanks, G.
And I find those people, like, them early on, like you can see that fire, that desire, like that's within them, and you can see on the other side the people who don't have that. You kind of mentally know that they're gonna plateau a little early, and they're not gonna get as far as those people who are actually like driven.
100%, because people get confused. I think they judge success by how many people accept them, not so much by the amount of value that they can bring each person. Like take for instance, here's a great example of people doing good reps, but with different motives. Look at Drizzy, and I like Kendrick. Kendrick's is always my go-to. Obviously, there's two different examples. These ones are just good because a lot of people will know them. Take Drizzy and take Kendrick. Drizzy always dropping shit. Always number one. He's killing it. Always dropping. But maybe you could argue it's each drop is not as valuable as every time, say, Kendrick drops something. Kendrick drops something, he wins the Pilsner Prize, He's winning international awards, not just charting, you know what I'm saying? It's just different. Not that either one is, and that's one thing I think people get twisted too, is there's nothing wrong with either option either, you know what I'm saying? It's just so many people want this Drizzy life that they forget that this Kendrick lifestyle or this J. Cole lifestyle or this Adele lifestyle is even there, because they're always bombarded with this Kendrick track or this Drake track or this Future track. Future's another one who always putting in the reps. But again, different value from it, you know what I'm saying? So there's reps and then there's quality reps. You know what I'm saying? It's just
I
different.
do. That's wild, bro. No, that's really well put, man. That's really well put. I bet you a lot of people are gonna take a lot from that, man.
Yeah, I hope people don't get it twisted because what's important is the work. You putting in the work, and Drizzy shows that, and Kendrick shows that. It's just different, and that's just real.
That's mad real, man. And I know that you definitely fucking put in that work for sure. But we'll get into that a little bit after. We're gonna take a quick break here.
For sure.
Yeah, all right, bro.
And we're gonna listen to a track by JusJrdn. This one is called One Time. Enjoy.
Jay, you ready, baby?
I think so, babe.
All right. Let me get it.
Okay, let me go. Are we ready for this shit?
One time. I've been on my way up for a long time. I've been on my way up for a long time. I've been on my way up for a long time. If you're getting started, there ain't no wrong time. We all can be successful, it's just a long line. You know with this shit, you only live like one time. Let me get it. One time for the homies in the back, one time for the fam in the front row, no two. BP roll like 5 blunts, cause what the fuck is one blunt gon' do? We roll up, we toke up, yeah dog, I'm getting high. We spark up, we light up, yeah dog, I'm feeling fine. Set fire to the roof when I'm flowing, get high to the roof when I'm token. This guy with the truth and you know it, this guy with the truth and you know it. Never humble by hot time, but my hustle above hot time. I'm stressed out dog, I'm pop fine, you top 10, well dog, I'm top 9. Let me go with it, the goal was to go with it. Can't help when I spit, I put my soul in it. My ego got a hold in it, my big got a hole in it. Breakfast, I go and go with it. Get my eyes on the prize and I go and get it. Stay flies with a chance, stay frozen. That's okay if you don't. Pop off, yeah, my gang smoke. That's okay if you don't. Pop off, yeah, my gang smoke. That's okay if you don't. Pop off, yeah, my gang smoke. My gang smoke. Jay, I've been on my way up for a long time. I've been on my way up for a long time. I've been on my way up for a long time. If you get started, there ain't no wrong time. We all get be successful, it's just a long line. You know with this shit, you only live like one time.
All right, and we're back with Jordan. How you doing, Jordan?
I'm doing great, fam. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. It always a little bit throws me off to say my own name, though, like that.
Straight.
Do you come across a lot of other Jordans in your life? Because to be honest, I do a lot.
Oh, dog, all the time. Man, and so many artist names are Jordan.
Isn't that the truth, man?
Oh, man. I remember, I wonder what he's doing now. I remember there was another Jordan in Edmonton, and me and him used to be at the same shows opening for other motherfuckers all the time.
No way.
Yeah. So I've met a lot of Jordans, so I'm sure you meet them all the time.
You go by JusJrdn, though. What did he go by?
I want to say it was like Jordan X.
I have the name in it too.
Stray fam, like it's our posters look almost fake. It's like someone's.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, I remember those days.
That's hilarious, bro. But yeah, where we left off from the first recording, we were talking about how you're a grinding man yourself, and that's kind of stated in your first debut album, 14 tracks. What made you decide to release that number of tracks, or did you just have that amount of content and you're like, let's fucking do it, or?
Oh yeah, and that's one thing that's changed over time, and me and Andrew talked about that even afterwards. We were rookies with it, so we had 14 tracks. Maybe we had 15. I don't even know if we had any more. Oh, I guess we had like 16 maybe tracks.
Okay.
But we just put them all out. We're like shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's just do it. Like these are what we have. Let's just drop them.
But you did cut one or two. Was there a reason behind that?
I think. Oh, they were just too weird.
Too weird. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm curious.
Oh yeah, because as much as and this is where maybe I'm not quite the same as most hip hop artists, because, and this is why I almost consider myself just an artist and not to be labeled by the genre so much, is and you'll see that even kind of with the mixtape. is I like to do some weird shit. You know, I hang around a lot. I've hung around a lot of jazz kids. I've hung around a lot of metal. BP, my manager, my brother, he's real into fucking metal. And I love all music, you know, and I love to try all kinds of shit. And you know, when I wasn't so good, not that I'm better now. I'm not great, but back then I used to try some weird shit then too. You know, that's something that's never changed. It's just like was weird and bad, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But then 14 tracks still made it. They weren't too weird and too like out of the park.
For sure, and like, you know, if we were to make that same album now, it would probably be very different.
You think so?
For sure. On a lot of different ends. I know me and Andrew, again, we sat down and we've talked about it. And life has a special part in my life and in my heart. And those songs we made will always be so special to me. But it was a great learning experience most off, you know what I'm saying? Like we both learned so much from making that project. And it was interesting to put out music like that for the first time and see how people reacted. Some people fucking hated it. Some people really love it. Like, you know, and so that was really my first time putting out music, I think as like adult, like, you know, over 18, and people being real honest, you know. It's like people being like, yo, this fucking sucks. Like, I don't get this. Fuck. You know, or people be like, yo, this, like, you know, I was going through a hard time and I heard this song and I could relate and it made me feel better. You know, and Ellen DeGeneres said this quote. She said, if I believe the bullshit, no, I'm paraphrasing now. For sure. But like, it's something to the degree of, if I believe the bullshit, or if I believe the good things, I have to believe the bullshit too. You know, who am I to say they're right and they're wrong? So it's best to kind of just take it all just for what it is.
For sure. One quote that I heard of, I can't remember where this is from as well, but like 110 is worth like 1,000 eights, something along that line. Like,
damn, what the?
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. I found.
So right around this project was probably the inspiration, and especially for your title GMAM, Give Me a Minute. You launched Music with a Purpose, or I'm fucking it up. Prime Purpose Music.
Music, yeah.
Prime Purpose Music. There we go. Yeah.
You were real close.
Was that the inspiration from that?
Yeah, because things went pretty good when I dropped that album. Ultimately, you know, I got to do a lot of cool things, you know, and me and Andrew got together and we're like, you know what, like, things are going well. People booking me for some shit. I'm on the radio. Things are going well. You know, people want interviews. People want me coming to the shit, you know. And so we got together and we had a good idea of how things were going to run. You know, he produces our rap. We get that shit out. And so like this partnership of me and Andrew kind of just got solidified with that company. You know, we're like, okay, let's take this shit seriously and let's go at it. Little did we know how difficult the music industry is. So it was just kind of like the next step that kind of makes sense to us. Like, we would start this Prime Purpose music thing and, you know, kind of start the whole label kind of thing, you know, build it up with one artist and see where it kind of goes. For sure. And that kind of kicked off with a couple music videos as well, right? For sure, yeah, because we were working with actually Graham again, Angelo Gabe, and I think that's who shot it. Yeah, because we did the Bounce music video, I believe, and then we did... You got Hustle. Oh, yeah, Hustle with Sean Fiji. God damn it, man, I'm forgetting about all this stuff, and it's not even that old. Shit.
It's because you're on some new shit right now, so you gotta kind of like leave the stuff in the past where it is.
100%. And this is why these interviews and stuff are cool, because it's just like, oh yeah, that's right, we did that stuff.
And then you get to think about how it relates to you right now as well, right?
100, fam. Like, you know, I'm gonna take this whole conversation, and who knows, maybe we'll come out into a song. We'll see later. You know, I still gotta hit the studio later. You know.
Word. Yeah, get those reps in, right?
100. So, exactly, fam.
My man.
we did those music videos with Gabe, and I believe he's shooting his own music videos now. And so then we kind of that's where that kind of company kind of moved into. So it went from kind of me and Andrew to me, Angelo, or me, Andrew, and Angelo. And Angelo was shooting the content. He was taking photos. Andrew was producing all of the music, and I was rapping and being in charge of like the marketing and distribution side of things. And then, damn, I don't even really know how things turned into where they are now. Now instead of Prime Purpose Music, we're Prime Purpose Movement. And
all right,
yeah, and that's where me and Brandon, my manager and my twin brother, he co-owns this new company with me.
That's wild, man. That I didn't know that he was your Connor is your brother, your twin brother. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, that's one thing we always forget to tell motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Sometimes we be in interviews together, and they're like, "You guys look so similar." It's like, "Oh yeah, we twins. I'm 2 minutes older."
That's hilarious. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. He's out here hustling.
That's wild, man.
For sure.
I want to talk a bit about. You were talking about how some chaotic business deals and some bullshit, but it honestly seemed like some people that you trust kind of fucked you over, and it was like real bad. Like some gravity to it.
Oh, for sure.
And that it wasn't just centered around 1 or 2 or 3 occurrences, but it seems like a whole bunch of shit caved in at the same time. Can you elaborate on that?
Oh yeah. So this is like Those are the years where it was difficult for sure. Yeah, some deals backfired.
What do you mean backfired though? Like you had hopes for something that was gonna happen and then it just didn't happen, or like?
No, I don't hope for things.
Hey, all right.
I was in the middle of finalizing a bunch of deals with a bunch of people, but I needed help because it was too much. And I knew at a time that I was doing too many things. You know what I'm saying? And I needed help.
Wearing too many hats.
100%. And so I was always looking for people to help me out. That's the hardest part. Regardless of all of the things that I attempt to do, the hardest part is finding a good team. I don't know what anybody is saying. The hardest part is the squad. If you got a solid squad, your success is just a matter of time. You know what I'm saying?
That's the truth.
100. It's all about the gang. It's all about the community. It's all about the people. You know what I'm saying? And this is the dark side of business. And I'm not going to mention no names and no companies or nothing.
For sure, man.
I've had my piece, and I've tried to avoid the names of all these people and companies in interviews. Because everyone's going through their own shit too, This is just one side of the story as well, I'm well aware of that as well. But I got some of my deals got scooped up by some of the people that I trusted to finish them off for me. Some of my other deals
scooped up.
Yeah, stabbed in the back.
They took your place in it.
Gave it to some of their other motherfucking people.
No.
Oh yeah, fam. So I know the good side of this, and I know the bad side of this too. And I talked to some people and I've seen it way worse than me. So
for sure.
Even there's always people that have had worse situations for you, and that's what keeps me at least kind of level headed. But
that's weird. I gotta ask though, were these like quick links, or were these like people you've known for a while?
They were people that were I thought were homies for sure. They were, and this is what kind of, and at the same time, this is when, funny enough, me and Carly broke up. Supposed to go on tour, couldn't go on tour, couldn't afford it no more. All kinds of shit was happening. All kinds of shit was blowing up left and right. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. I can laugh at it now, but at the time, I don't like to use the word depressed, but at the time, I was the lowest I've ever been, And, but all that said, being that low gave me the opportunity to start over and become better than I was before. You know what I'm saying? I learned it's important and this one thing that took me the longest time to learn was it's important to trust people, but you can't trust everybody, and that's a hard game to balance even in itself. And so I selected those people to do those roles, it's on me, not on them for the actions that they took, you know what I'm saying? Man. So ultimately it was always my fault. And once I started to realize everything is just my own fault, whether that's for the good or for the bad, it makes you way more powerful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it hurts. It hurts that
Dude,
you have to
that's
look yourself
brilliant.
for sure. And these ideas that I present are not any of my own. I ain't this smart of a motherfucker. They're just stuff that I've read, people that I listen to. I read a lot of books,
Yeah,
because
for sure. Things that have worked for you.
100%, and so once you realize that you're not perfect, you start to realize nobody's perfect, and then it just makes things easier. It makes failure all right. It's like, okay, that's all that happened, or it's just money. I didn't die. It's not like my time on this world was affected. I still am here. People are okay. I may be in a bad spot, but now looking back, it just gave me room to grow. And now I'm here and things are good. A dark past only leads to a brighter future. And that's leave. There's so many cliches I could keep throwing out. But
For sure.
it's just because it was during that time that I found meditation, that I really started hardcore fasting, and I really started to become those. And who knows if I would have took all those steps, maybe even the step back from free fitness and more into a step of the music. Who knows if that would have came about if I didn't see these dark times. So looking back now, it's all a blessing. Everything is always just a blessing.
You know what's crazy? You say the word cliche, but something that I've come to realize more and more each day, like to the present, is that those cliches that we've heard so often, they're like true to a T, but often misinterpreted when you first originally hear them, so they're easy to blow off.
Oh, one hot dog. It's even funny that you say that, because I often remind people of that. So it's funny.
Dude, it's wild.
That you reminded me of that. It's like, yeah, dog, that's why I have these cliches all over my crib. It's because they're real, but it's just the repetitive nature makes people go blind and this is the truth. It's always coming back to the truth. If you take everything,
That's the truth. Yeah.
if you honestly, like, you take the Beatles, for instance, all we need is love.
All we need is love.
Like, if you take that actual quote, that cliche that it is now, and you like, all we need is love, if you apply that to your life, oh my God, you're a different person.
I love that you're saying that. I love that we're having this discussion, because this is exactly what I've like come to kind of lean my life towards. And you have to remind yourself on it.
Oh, for sure. And that's why it's important. I'm glad. Yeah. Like, I appreciate this conversation so much. Like, I'm getting so much from this conversation with you right now. It's wonderful. Like, last night I was having a conversation with another homie, and even this morning, it just, we're just mirrors for each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny. You said that at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what I'm saying? And these conversations in general are so important. That's why I always like to do. I like to do, especially podcasts, because we can sit and have a real talk. It's not so jagged and it's not so rushed. It's like we can sit here, we can talk, we can converse, and we can explore ideas together. Like remind each other of things like cliches and how honest that is. And that's why something like, and this is why, and not to gas you up, but I'm all about that. Like something like this is so vital for people to listen to. Maybe not this episode of me. I'm not trying to self-promote here, but just like what y'all are doing and giving artists a platform to speak their minds and tell their truths. However, because all of our truths are filled with hypocrisies and they're imperfect because we're human. But it's only times during these where we can have these real honest conversations where I can be me and you can be you, and we discuss these ideas in a comfortable situation, and we can be free to express our truths, that people can gain from that. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's so much value in what you're doing right now, not only for me as an artist or you as a podcaster, but for any of the people that listen to this, whether it's for 1 minute or the whole 40 minutes, 1 hour, whatever, how long this thing ends up being, like what you're doing here is so valuable because it's not bullshit content. It's not garbage recycled material. It's fresh. It's real. It's true. It's what y'all doing is dope.
Man, I love that you're saying that right now because you're providing me like a clear refresher as to why I'm doing this in the first place. And I've honestly learned so much in interviewing people and interviewing you as well, man. Don't short this interview. I'm sure we're gonna change a few. All we need to change is one life with this interview for it to matter, right?
100, fam. 100.
Right?
Well, you've already changed my life, so this already matters.
Hey, likewise. And so what I'm trying to do and what you've really done in this conversation is I'm trying to show people, and like it's not just about hip hop, it's about showing the lifestyle of people who've kind of lived their life in against the grain, which I'm finding a lot of people are going to be forced to do in the near future. So a lot of people are going to be looking to see how people got through their adversity and how people went through that bullshit when it was literally years of their life instead of just right now how it's like going to all happen in like very quick to a lot of people, you know?
100, fam. Damn, G. I love it all, homie. God
That's
damn.
the goal, bro. Yeah, let's here's hoping, man. Well, like we said, you don't hope, right? We don't hope. We just do.
Damn right, bro.
Right?
Just keep going. Stop overthinking it.
That's the word, man. I'm trying to think as little as possible, and to do that, man, I've actually picked up an internal mantra.
Oh.
And it's helped me. And I know you're into meditation, so if you want to dig into that route, you're probably a little bit more into it than I am because it's a recent habit for me. So.
Oh, so how long you been practicing for?
Well, I've been into yoga for maybe a year and a half now, but not really seriously. I've been taking it a little bit more seriously recently. I know. Tell me what you're into though, like in that regards, like meditation and yoga wise. Because for meditating, man, like with my mantra, my internal mantra, I just do it whenever I see my mind going a little bit crazy into like random thoughts in the abyss. I just center myself on that.
And that's real, because that's the key, man. That's so dope. Because I've been practicing for a long time. Well, ever since all that shit kind of blew up in my face. That's so, that's when I first kind of got introduced. So now it's been years I've been practicing, and now my meditation practice is fucking, it's not great, but it's a lot. Every morning I do. And it's funny, just a couple months ago, I was telling a homie I'd do at least 10 minutes. But now I don't go any day without doing at least 30 to an hour. And then Saturday, Sundays, I try to hit, 2-3 hours if I can fit it in. Because it just like being in the art community, it's so different than being in the personal training community where you have to, you do get judged, but you do not get judged the same way. It's not like your program came from your heart. It's not like your workout program that you made this girl that needs to lose 20 pounds was made from your heart. It was made from the science, as opposed to a song that, maybe you cried over one night when you were hammered and you made it, and someone's like, this is shit. It's like, that just hits, it just hurts different,
Yeah.
And so I really find I have to, I'm not saying other people need to, I have to meditate this much to be even somewhat centered. And then I have to train like a motherfucker, I have to work out like a crazy motherfucker 5-6 days a week just to keep myself in control. And when it comes to meditation and yoga, I'm a big fan of yoga actually too, is it slows you down, it's something that's like, hey, you know what? You trying to make $1 million, you trying to be number one, you trying to have the illest podcast, you trying to have a 6-pack, you trying to be the fastest motherfucking sprinter, you're trying to score goals in soccer, it doesn't matter what your goal is, you're still a human being, and that's all, but you also a god, and that's where meditation is kind of for me. It's that in between. It's like, oh yeah, I'm human, my time here is finite, but I am powerful beyond belief. You know what I'm saying? Like anything is possible if I believe it to be true, So that's what meditation does. Is it's just like, hey, you know what? Take a step back. Let me be here while I'm still able to be here.
That's the truth, man. Fuck, I love it. I love the way you speak on it too. And so, like your initial practice with meditation and getting into that mindset, that's what got you out of your funk and brought you into 2019, which you dropped a 3-track EP.
Oh yeah, shit, yeah. There's still other music, yeah, for sure. Yeah, because that's when I was like, okay, you know what? I'm done having this fucking, because I'm still a personal trainer, so it's love, peace, and joy and all that crap. But also, there's work to be done. You got goals to hit. It's a fine balance.
Yeah.
And so meditation brought me to a place where I was like, okay, my mind is okay again, because for the longest time I didn't think I thought my mind was broken, like
from the events, or like that's why the events happened?
Oh, for sure. Oh,
both?
Well, yeah, actually, damn, that's a good question. Holy God. That one took me back. I was like,
oh, fuck. Because actually, that's kind of what you said before, right? You're like, you took responsibility for everything that happened.
And see, you know what? And damn, this is some insightful shit, dog. That's maybe trippy, that was, ultimately, maybe my mind was gone before I realized it.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit. You gave me some shit to meditate this week, fam.
Yo, you and me both. Yo, maybe that's actually what we're trying to do for other people, in a sense, is to not that we have an obligation for other people or that other people have to take anything from us, but it's kind of been played out as a joke these days, as people being like woke and like awakening.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And it has become that cliche that's oversaid, and then people kind of trash it around now. But it's kind of the truth for what we're seeking here.
Oh, for sure. And that's and that's the truth too. People always trying to make a joke out of everything. And it's because everyone calling themselves woke. I remember even when I first started to get this, whatever you want to call it, woke, conscious, aware, enlightenment, whatever term you want to use. And if you really want to like look into like some motherfuckers like Zen Buddhist monks, who are what you think is the most enlightened, it's like, who's to say what is what, who's to say even ignorant people aren't woke, it's like terminology is so limiting and all that stuff. But it's like, I like to use consciousness or awareness, because it's just like, as long as you're aware of yourself and your own actions and you're working to improve yourself, I think that's all you can really do.
That's word, man. That's word. And that's the best way I've found, and I can't articulate this properly right now, but I find that is the best way to change the world around you, is by starting with yourself, which is, again, cliche as fuck. I can't think of a better way to say it right now.
Dog, that's so
but
funny.
It is.
That's how the end of my mixtape ends, actually, with something very similar to that.
With your Road to Olympus mixtape?
Road to Olympus mixtape, something very similar to that concept, for sure.
I'm looking forward to it, man. When's the drop date?
Drop date is unknown right now. Unknown right now, but it will be sometime before the end of the year. We're thinking December for sure. We're thinking December at the latest. The actual date, it just we're in the middle of just getting the songs done right now, figuring out the rest of the marketing and things like that. It's just, there's a lot of ends to tie up, and there's so many. Right now I'm working on 2 mixtapes. It was 3, but now it's only 2 mixtapes and the album.
God damn.
Yeah. Like, so once this stuff drops, there's more on the way, there's lots more. Because I feel like I have a lot to say, whether people see it as valuable or not. I think there's a lot of ideas that are important to get out for people to listen to. And then there's just also some fun shit too, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not all, and this is where maybe I come into disagreements with a lot of my other super serious music homies, where, it's okay to make some, what's the best term? Like McDonald's style raps, like some quick, easy, fun, enjoyable music.
I agree.
I think there's nothing wrong with party songs. There's nothing wrong with songs about some bullshit, with some funny punchline. And that's actually where that Just for Fun project kind of came from. I was just like, you know what? I always am so serious. Here's 3 songs. Fuck it. Let's just put them out. They ain't really about anything. Boom. Listen, this was fun to make. That's all. This was all this was, And some people loved it. Some people hated it, And that's the thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much time you invest into something. I got this one track on the album. It's called Sending Positive Vibes. It was produced by Andrew. It's being produced by Andrew, and it's got this keyboard player, Eric Doucette, and it's got some singers on it too. And
Nice.
well, it's a crazy track. But this track, for instance, we originally recorded it. When did weed become legal here? 2018?
I think it was. Must be.
Something
Has
like
it been
that.
2 years? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's wherever that was. That's when that song was originally supposed to come out, and it's changed quite dramatically because we threw all these artists on it, and it's just this really big, beautiful production. And but I got some tracks that I make in the day, that I crank out, boom, 3 hours, 2 hours, from nothing to full beat and vocals done, fully written, in a couple hours. And I'm like, you know what? This is some good shit. And then I got other songs that take me, this song's taking us goddamn 2 years to make, And I think, and some people will be like, well, you should only put out that one that's taking you so long because the quality is going to be better. Blah, there's more, blah, 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 and that's all good shit too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to downplay that either. But I think there's a good balance. You can have both. You can have this bullshit, mumble rap, garbage, not garbage. None of it's garbage, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you can have both. You can have both. Everything's yin yang, you know what I'm saying? Everything's balanced.
Bro, that goes back to what you were saying about the Drizzy style and the Kendrick style. Is why not do both? Why not be able to do both?
And that's it. I think with proper I think ultimately through all of this, that was a good point. Ultimately, I think
that's the difference between like your upcoming mixtape and what you're calling a studio album, right? Like the mixtape might be that Drizzy style, whereas the album's like that Kendrick style, right?
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's exactly.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because like 100%, it's not that this stuff isn't quality. It's not that this stuff isn't emotional. It's not that this shit isn't real, because I'm coming with the realest, most honest shit, It's just 100%. Maybe we just spent more money on the production of this song. Maybe we just spent, maybe it's just a fresher tune. And that's all I think that. And I was talking again to another homie about this, and I think that's the beautiful part of what hip hop is you can have both. You can drop these mixtapes and you can drop these albums. Look at a great example of someone who does something very similar is Lil Wayne. He's constantly dropping mixtapes, even to this goddamn day. I can't remember the last time I listened to one, but that's not the point. You know what I'm saying? And then Weezy will come out with some fucking #1 hits later on. When he's ready to put out album, boom, and he'll take the game over again. Maybe not to the same extent of Kendrick, but that's just different artists.
Different styles for sure.
100%. But he'll come and he'll take over the game just like he always does. And so I think that's what's beautiful about hip hop. Same thing with Fitty. We got this beautiful street culture, and we got the main culture too. Hip hop is everything. Now, while you can't really do that as a I don't know, country singer. You could put out maybe a demo, but it's just not received in the same fashion as a mixtape from hip hop.
That's true.
I still bump old school fucking mixtapes. I still bump in some of J. Cole's mixtapes. Even Drizzy's mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some good music. You know what I'm saying? Like, mixtapes. This is an interesting game and something that's not very relevant in Canada, but I think that's okay too.
To be honest, I think back to what we were talking about before as well, relating it to this, is that people don't respect the difference between like a mixtape and a full blown project. Like, they expect the same quality and they expect the same, like, if they love something from the mixtape, they expect that from the album. You forget to draw the boundary, right? 100%.
And that's an interesting thing with just being an artist, and I try to really expand my range every time I drop something. I don't want, I find things boring. Why would I want to do the same thing again? I already did it,
Word.
And sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing. And in the music industry, I often get reminded that you should stay in your lane by a lot of people. And I'm like, why? I haven't stayed in my lane this far. Yeah. This has got me here today, so I'm gonna do it this way. You stay in your lane,
Yeah, word. That's crazy, man. And hey, listen, we're stepping into some pretty heavy overtime here, so I'm gonna let you. Yeah, we'll let you close it off here. If there's anything you want to finish it off, I know we didn't talk about any of your 2020 releases, but yeah, anything you want to like kind of top off the podcast episode with.
Oh, sick.
Means
Yeah,
y'all.
Fab. Well, yeah, straight up, I appreciate this conversation so much. And this is one
Likewise,
thing
homie.
you'll learn from me, bro. You get me talking, we could talk all motherfucking day, you know?
Oh, for sure, dude. I've enjoyed it, and I know we'll connect a bit more as well.
Oh, for sure. So I just wanted to take the second before I even say anything to say thank you for having me today. I really appreciate the conversation and your insight on
You're very
some
welcome.
things.
You're very welcome.
And I guess coming up, I just have I should have a track coming out in October. In October called "Happiness Is This Moment," and that one's produced by Andrew. The last couple of tracks I've been produced in myself, and this one's produced by Andrew Menzak again. And this song was really cool for me to make, especially vocal production wise. This might be a weird thing to talk about, but it was just a big thing for me. And I was like, oh man, I'm really coming into the artist that I wanna be. And this track I think really shows some versatility in me on my A game. So that's coming out in October. We got some other surprises that aren't finalized yet, but just stay posted. And then I'm hoping for the drop of the full mixtape in December. We got some dope musicians on it, from rappers to instrumentalists to producers. And then 2021, we start dropping the content from the album.
So much coming down the reins, man. That's so wild. I love it, and I'm looking forward to all of it, man. I gotta be honest with you. I'm really, really looking forward to it, especially given the conversations that we've had, man. I think I'm gonna vibe to them real hard.
Oh,
but
I hope so, G.
Yeah, likewise, man. Thank you so much for the conversation. Thank you so much for all your time today. That's JusJrdn, everybody.
Peace.
Take care, homie. Yeah, peace.
I hope everybody enjoyed that interview with JusJrdn. If you want to learn some more about him, including recent releases as well as his social media handles, you can go head down to www.reevolvemedia.com/JusJrdn. That's JusJrdn. And we're going to listen to his track titled Warrior.
I didn't want to have to do it to him, but fuck it, we're here now. Almost at the top, this is a wonderful feeling. I've been conquering mountains, you just climbing up women. You've been taking some L's, I've been constantly winning. I've been breaking for this, what a wonderful feeling. I got drive and purpose, that's something you missing. I got love for the culture, that's something you twisting. Lapping motherfuckers like Phelps when he's swimming. You think you the GOAT, dog, you gotta be kidding.
What you up to, Jay?
A lot these days, fucking these bitches, fucking up tracks and trying to get paid. I'm trying to preach to people this message, they need to get saved. I'm trying to teach the people through music, they going insane. I'm trying to stack a bit of paper, fuck the press and the fame. I got a long journey ahead, you better get the fuck out of my way. All these people call me Jay like they don't know my name. I've been putting in work, what's a holiday? I'm just trying to get my mama's bills paid. You a trend, you just trying to get the hottest mixtape. Oh, I got a vision like Diddy. If you reppin' my city, you reppin' the shit, yeah. Music ain't hurt, my only real escape. Kick it hip hop, then move on to real estate. Ay, what you making your league is my weekly rate. A little bit of self-growth, then it finna hate. Ay, what you making your league is my weekly rate. A little bit of self-growth, then it finna hate. Jay. Gang, gang, that's the battle cry. If hip-hop is a war, I'll be the last to die. You need to work on your craft, I've mastermind. All the people in my squad are masterminds. They wanna know my next move, it's classified. I'm trying to make some music that can stand the test of time. Patience is a virtue, but you tested mine. I ain't never pull a trigger, but I got some homies who wouldn't mind. Yeah, I ain't feeling too good. A prolific artist, but I'm misunderstood. Yeah. All these bad vibes feel like roadblocks, yo. And these rappers sound like robots, whoa. The song banging in the flow high. I'm suiting tied up, you got no socks. I charge a high fee, you got low cost. You got a 9 to 5,